Hi, Phil here from Sturbridge Yankee Workshop, and today we're going to talk about assembly of a new item in our Winter 2013 catalog, and that is our conversation bench. And a couple notes on it. On the assembly instructions, it will be referred to as the cottage gossip bench, but we've actually kind of renamed it for the catalog as the conversation bench. Okay? A couple of notes. Please, as we mentioned for all assembly, when you get your directions, check for all the parts. Okay, you have, this is essentially the back part of the seat right here, and then later on we'll actually be assembling, this will actually be the side to it right here to actually make it, actual seat right there for you, the entire seat. Okay. And then what you have here, as we go over the pieces that you see, these are runners for the drawer, okay, which we'll be assembling. These are all the parts which we'll be reviewing for the drawer, right over there, okay. And as we move along right in here, you will see there's a number of bolts, and which will be actually connected with the legs. Everything is labeled, by the way, as, for example, of course, you'll see the legs all have the letter D, so it makes it easy for reference over here. And then you'll have your bolts that will attach the legs right there. Okay, keep in mind, since we've actually attached the back part of the seat, we're actually going to be doing just a slight variance of what the instructions say. We're going to take the side part of actually the seat right here. There are just a few dowels right there, and you will put this right in just like this, so that will go in flush to there. Okay, and actually when we come back, I will show you how you will attach that Okay, so to attach the seat, you'll need one of the long bolts, and you can just line this in just like this. You will need your Allen wrench. But as you can see right here, you can actually screw a lot of it just by hand, and then you'll take your Allen wrench here just to tighten it in, all the way. Just like this. Okay, and now we're actually down to the final two pieces we have where we're attaching the bolts in here. So it will actually make a formation of the entire seat. This is the last piece right here, where you're using the bolt and your Allen wrench right in there. And again, it doesn't have to be really tight, but just to get it. Okay, and as we continue the process of assembling the legs, keep in mind there will be the 8 bolts and the 8 washers. I've flushed the leg in the corner right here, and as you see, of course, I've already begun the process of putting in the bolts, and now it's just the final touch as I'm doing right here on both of the bolts right here, and that is just tighten this up just a little bit right there. It doesn't have to be real tight, but something of that nature right here, and I'll be repeating that process for the next 3 legs. Okay, and now we're attaching the last leg, getting it flush here as such, and we take one of the bolts and start getting that line right in there, just like this, just so you start the process, and then you'll be using the Allen wrench with the rest right there, and then the last piece just like that. Okay. And then what we'll do here is we'll just be using the Allen wrench and tighten as we did in the other ones, just like that. Okay, and now that we have the bench on all 4s, the next step will be to assemble the drawer frame, which will help create the unique conversation bench and the drawer itself. Okay, the next step to secure the frame, we're going to screw in the 4 cam locks right there. So they'll go in just like this. We're going to do maybe one or two of them right there. And then you repeat, but this will go in just like this. You use your Phillips screwdriver and get that in just like that. Doesn't have to be tight, but just so it is secure in there. And we'll do one more, and when we come back, I'll have the other two already in. Okay, and our next step, and you may be able to see I've already put these, which we refer to as cam locks as well. They're larger round cam locks I have in E, and I've just saved a couple in the F side, drawer F right there, just to show you, and they just drop in to tighten these in as well. Okay, so that will tighten just like so, and then you put the dowels in just like this, and here. Okay, next we're going to assemble the sides of the drawer frame. Couple of notes. You want to make sure that you have letter F is going to be on the outside, letter E is going to be more towards the inside, and you're going to have like the slats on the back right here. Okay, and these are going to be attached with dowels. One thing note also is when you're attaching this crossbar, this is letter G, you want that to be on the inside, okay, so it won't show. And then attaching the dowels, you just put those in like this, and on this side as well, like that. And all we're going to be doing is putting these in here, just like this. The dowels will go in, and on this side, just like that. They'll go in the holes, like that. Okay, and now the next step is just attaching the drawer frame to the seat, just like this. Alright, the next step, what we'll do is there's two of these shorter bolts right there. We're going to attach the side of the drawer frame to the back seat, and for this we'll need the Allen wrench right there. And again, like always when we're using the Allen wrench, this will screw in a little bit like this, and you can start, and then you can use the Allen wrench for the rest. Just tighten it like so, and then right here, just like this, repeating the same message, or the same, I should say, the same process. Okay, next step, we're inserting the letter I into the grooves as such. Of course, keep in mind that, of course, the I you want to show on the inside, so it's not showing. Okay, the next step is we're going to be attaching the wood screws into the runner. Visuals are great, and just want to make sure that you see visually that the runner, the one is like this. You'll have this front portion like this, and you'll see I've already started three of these screws here, and then I have this piece like this. Tighten this. See, I've done this, and I've put this piece in here right there because it does take a little bit to get that kind of lined up right. So I wanted to have that started. The last screw in securely, much like this. We will repeat this with the number 2 runner. Okay, next step, to attach the top of the drawer frame, we put in the 2 wooden dowels in like this. And to attach the top, you'll see we have the cam bolts already put in there as such. You'll note the slat is on the back right there, and this will fall into place just like this. We just line everything up like here, and it will drop in just like such. Okay, next step is going to be the drawer assembly. Note we have letter J, which is the drawer front. We have letters M and N, which are the sides. On the back is L right here. Okay, so we'll start with one of the sides. Actually, it's going to be M right there. You want to note that you want to have the bottom lined up as such right here, so that the grooves will meet just like this. And then, let's see if I can turn this a little bit because I have 2 of the wood screws, and we are going to both these screws in like this. Put that in like this too. And the next step will be to put the screws in and tighten, and we will be doing that with the other side. Okay, next step, we'll just insert the bottom of the drawer like that, such. Okay, and then we will take the back right here and that. Okay, final step in the drawer assembly, using a bolt. We'll just screw in the doorknob just like that. And the next step in the assembly of the drawer is to attach the runners. One note is, if you happen to have a drawer at home, you might actually even use it as a sample for you. But in doing this, we're going to turn the drawer upside down, and this is a chance right now where we're going to be able to use the small screws. There's 6 of those, and the Phillips screwdriver, and they'll be placed on top just like this. You'll line it up with the holes that are already there, and the wheel is going to be outside, and you will just put in your 3 screws just like this, and we'll be doing this on both sides. Put that in there. Okay. Repeat that here for this one. The other runner, just the wheel on the outside, and we line up the holes just like this, and repeat. Alright, and your final step is to take the completed assembled drawer, okay, and put it right, line up with your runners right there too. It'll drop right in, and this is how you'll know that you have it assembled properly right there, because it should go in right flush, just like that. And there you have it, our conversation mat.